30 days or 3 weeks, I see the number 3 and I see earthquake. I see a rumbling in a place. Oh, come on, somebody. We need to continue to pray for India because I hear the Spirit of the Lord saying that earthquake is coming to India. If you would understand anything about God, God is saying in this season and in this hour. Now you gotta understand that God is a prophetic tower.
25 minutes apart, Nepal was rocked by twin earthquakes. The first earthquake measured 4.6 on the Richter scale, and just minutes after that, there's another more powerful earthquake that struck Nepal, and this measured 6.2 on the Richter scale. Now, the aftermath of this jolt was felt by the neighbors of the Himalayan nation. Strong tremors were felt as far away as New Delhi, results from other states in India such as Uttarakhand.
So right off the bat, your first response, your first thought process is, this woman, June 5th, did she make a video on the day of October 3rd with this prophecy? So I went back and I found her Facebook page and I scrolled through it to June 5th. June 5th, she made that prediction. She made that prophecy. She said that an earthquake was going to hit India within 30 days, or she was just saying the number 3. So it could have been on the 3rd, the 13th, the 23rd, the 30th, or the 31st of any given month. She predicted and prophesied. I mean, I say predicted, she prophesied that God told her that an earthquake was going to hit India. Now, it hit Nepal, which is right there by India, but it was felt in New Delhi. Tremors and everything was felt in New Delhi, and hundreds of people died. Hundreds of people died. If they had only listened to this woman, if that woman's information, her prophecy had really went out into the news media, some lives may have been saved, because she told them pretty much, kind of, sort of, when an earthquake was going to happen, so they could have been mindful of that day. So, of course, just by doing that research to see if it was real, if she predicted that, I was like, oh, wow, she predicted. But when she said India, she looked off to the side for a minute, which made me think that she might have been reading something. So then I went and I researched earthquake situations and to my surprise, but really not, because of the fault line that runs and that has created the Himalayan mountain chain, India is one of the most high earthquake zones in the world. According to the statistics, when only looking at earthquakes that are 4 on the Richter scale and higher, India has on average 273 earthquakes per year that are 4 and above. 4 and above mean that 4 and above, they have an earthquake. They have an earthquake almost every day in India. Almost every day. So is it a prophecy or is it a prediction? And if you were to include earthquakes that occur that are 1s, 2s, and 3s, India has an earthquake every day. So her looking off was probably her looking off to make sure that she say the right country, denoting India, that they have an earthquake pretty much every day. So her prophecy is more like an easy prediction to make. I'm telling you right now, India is going to have an earthquake, and I'm saying in November, India is going to have an earthquake. They're going to have a 4 in November. I guarantee it. I'm prophesizing it. But here's the bigger rub. When I did even more research on this young lady, one of the things that I found is that she makes a lot of prophecies. She does a lot of prophecies, I should say. And most of those prophecies are things that you can easily predict are going to happen. So she did a prophecy where she was saying that the Speaker of the House was going to be ousted. And yes, that's massive news. That's major news. But if you are a political pundit, if you are somebody who watches the news, who watches political news, you could have predicted that this was going to happen either way. And we know when Congress is in session, so it's not difficult to say that in the next session, which started in the fall, this fall session, that Congress wasn't going to go through with that process of getting rid of the Speaker of the House, because it was something that was previously talked about months in advance, that was a possibility. And when you look at the evidence, you knew that it was more than likely going to happen. So her making that as a prophecy is really more of a prediction based on information that you already have. But so God This God is telling her things now that are major. But then she messed me up with this prophecy.
I gotta put the prophecy on ice. What is God saying on tonight? That He is your surprise. He's your Mick and your McDonald's. He's your Big Mac and your sandwich. God is saying on tonight they're getting ready to redo the Big Mac. Oh my God, look for it in the prophetic. Because if I be not a woman of God, they finna change that Big Mac around. But God is saying when they change the Big Mac, they remind that He is your Mac attack. Yeah, my God, in the name of Jesus. And they finna bring the McRib back. Yeah, McRib. And God said they getting ready to get rid of the McGriddle. And I love Mc.
This was an article that came out on thestreet.com back in 2022, where it talks about the fact that McDonald's recognized that the McRib was not a big seller and was an item that only sells in certain geographical areas. Now, they were having supply chain issues, and so McDonald's purposely did a fake campaign that the McRib was going to go away. This campaign was done as a trolling to see what areas of people were going to complain the most about the McRib going away, but they always had the intent of bringing the McRib back. If you understand how business works in that light, that type of marketing, then you can easily predict or prophesize that the McRib is going to make its return at some point. And since it was done in 2022, you knew that it was more than likely coming back in 2023. And she predicted that based on information that she already had. It's not a prediction. But it's not a prophecy. But here's the thing. Here's the thing that I want you guys to understand. Your God is communicating with this woman. He's not communicating to her about hurricanes and exactly where they're going, tornadoes and where they're going to hit. That would be some shit there. Tornado hit New York. That would be some shit. She's not telling you where major war areas are going to strike and things of that nature. She's using things that are easily predicted in order to convince people that she is a prophetess of the Lord, of God, so that you will give her your money. That's her deal. That's her skit, is to get on social media and tell people they need to give her money for her prophecies and donate to her channels and things of that nature. And, as far as people joining her channel, listen to her videos and all that sort of thing, it's working. It's working. So is she a prophetess or is she a prophetess? It would be the question. So I tell you what, I issue a challenge to her. Tell me what the next time the Powerball is hitting the Billy, tell me what those numbers are going to be and when it's going to be a Billy, and put those numbers out. And let's see if God tells you when the Powerball is going to be a bill. Since he's telling you about McRibs, I don't see any problems with him telling you about the lottery. I mean, it's not like I'm asking for much on that one. But y'all have a great day. And remember always to free yourself to be yourself, because your greatness is non-negotiable. Good journey, good vibration.